My topic today is the catacombs of Paris, France. The Paris, France catacombs are Europe's most mysterious yet haunting tourist attractions to this day. It is known for being very haunting and honestly kind of scary. With over 200 miles of 6 million skeletons lurking right under your feet, the Paris catacombs were detrimental to France's history. It is a must-see when you go to Paris. I have visited Paris and it was definitely one of my favorite attractions. It remains are very haunting and kind of disturbing, though it might not be suitable for all. It is a very nice history background. My credibility is obviously I've been to Paris and I know a lot of people who have been that genuinely enjoyed being at the catacombs. So a great way to be at the catacombs is to touch base on the history of Paris. It was one of the top cities to have the plague. Obviously it was very common back then, you know, the Black Plague, stuff like that, and it was very known that these people, like the living of Paris, didn't like the stench of all the dead bodies that were around, so they used what they had and went 1,000 feet underground, almost about 200 miles wide, and it currently lays about 6 million people. It was a really good idea because obviously you don't have the dead living amongst the living, and it gave them comfort knowing that it wasn't to be around for their kids to see. And honestly, I would genuinely have that too. It is also a city of culture, and I believe that the Black Plague and the catacombs have had a very big impact on our not on our culture, but culture in general. If you know pop culture, you've probably heard the movie As Above, So Below, which is based in the Paris catacombs. A lot of stuff is circulated around the catacombs. It is a very well-known tourist attraction. When you go to Paris, it's honestly like a must-do, like right next to the Louvre or the Arc de Triomphe or the Notre Dame or anything. It's really fun. It's also a memoir to remember all those that perished during this very uneventful trial in life, and it also gives you the chance to look at different cultures. There's also a lot of different people there. They take their ways of death extremely different than others. And honestly, I don't see why the catacombs was a way to remember the dead. They do have a lot of memorials when you go into the dead. Not the dead, but the catacombs. They have skulls in the shapes of hearts. They have skulls in the shapes of crosses. It's a very religious country. They liked to give tribute to these people who have sadly passed away and sadly had to be buried underground. Since it is underneath us, obviously it is very crowded. It has a very low ceiling, and honestly I had a little bit of like claustrophobia when I got there, but I mean the immense amount of culture and love that's around it, it genuinely goes away and you just kind of feel some sort of comfort. It also made me look at death a little bit different. I'm not saying I'm excited for death to come to me, but I genuinely will say it has made it a little bit less scary because of the way that these people are being remembered. And you know, trying to put other people at ease, it really just makes you look at death a different way, and it makes you genuinely appreciate life a little bit more. So the catacombs are a very eye-opening attraction, and they do give you a new meaning of life. Seriously. Remember, it always helps you to experience the past, you know, what went on during you know, the Black Plague and all the death that was going around. Medicine wasn't really understood at the time. along with diseases. Nobody knew what was going on. It gives you the chance to open up to different cultures and to really find yourself. And it really helps you try to fix things with yourself, like with me, my phobias. And it genuinely makes you enjoy all the beauty and all the phases in life. And yes,